Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. I am back with a little short video today, and what I want to discuss with you about the few days I spent in the Philippines. I had an opportunity to go down to Angele City. Now, I noticed a few changes there. Things are really not the way it used to be, and I understand that things will change, but these changes to me look very drastic. The first thing I noticed was most of the bars are Korean, which I have been seeing this happening over the years. But more and more, most of the bars are Korean. With that in mind, a lot of the girls are only wanting Korean guys. And it's a matter of their feeling that the guys are paying more money. So therefore, they want to go with the Korean guys. So that leaves the other foreigners, you sit in the bar doing nothing. So this is what I want to talk to you about, because I really don't think it's even worth going to anymore. I mean, I just think the place has totally been ruined. The girls are not fun anymore. The prices are gotten so high and astronomical that it's just totally insane. And I don't really think, let's just say this. If you just want to see the place, then fine, go check it out. But if you're really looking to have a good time, unless you're Korean, some bars won't even let you in. And if you do get in, you're going to basically get ignored. Okay? So, first of all, let's look at this. And this is a true story. This happened to me when I was there. I was inside the bar. I walk inside the bar, and this was inside, I can't think of the bar's name. Lollipop. Okay? I'll go in Lollipop. I sit down, and I'm wondering, when are they going to come and offer me a drink? Now, any of you that have been before, you know the moment you step in that door, two things happen. One, they want you to sit down. Two, they're throwing a drink in your face, okay? And if you make it to the third one, they're trying to get you to take a girl so you can pay those high prices for the ladies' drinks. Now, I go in, waitress take me over to my seat. I sit there, and I'm wondering, when am I going to get offered to buy a drink? I counted 3 songs before one waitress even came over and asked, did I want a drink? Now let's just say, just for the sake of time purposes, typically a song is between 3 to 4 minutes. Typically, unless it's an extended version. So typically 3 to 4 minutes. So we're looking at 10 minutes. I sat there, totally ignored. Totally ignored. So finally I order the drink. I sit there and I'm watching everybody. One or two things happen. The girls on stage are entertaining each other. They're just totally ignoring the customers. But I notice when a Korean guy walks in the door, they all turn and face him. In addition, the girls that are not dancing, like it's not their turn to go on stage, they go over there and talk to the guys. They don't do that when the other customers come in, only when those Koreans come in the door. So this is what I'm saying. You're going to basically totally be ignored. Now, next thing is, there's one bar right across the street from Kokomo's, and that's called XS, okay? XS. You can totally forget that one. That is straight up Korean. Straight up Korean. You will sit there all day long and you will literally get ignored. If you're not Korean, don't even go in the door. You will be lucky if you get a drink. Now I go in excess, I sit there, and I'm watching all the activity, the waitress going about their day, doing their thing. And once again, the girls are entertaining each other, If it's not their turn to be on stage, they sitting over in the corner, but they get up when a Korean guy walks in the door. I damn near had to get the mama son in order for me to order a drink. That's just how bad it is. Once I got that drink, I never saw the waitress again. And it's basically like they don't want to serve you if you're not Korean. Now let me show you this. I knew a girl who was a waitress there once upon a time. She had nice long brown hair, and one day I saw her and she had it cut off short up to her ears. And I asked her, why did you cut your hair? Just curious, just want to know. And her comment to me was, I work at a Korean bar. That's it. They do whatever they can to cater to those Koreans. They don't worry about the other customers. Your money is no good, but they cater to those Koreans. And this is what happened to most other bars I went into. And I basically bar hopped most of the night just to see what would happen. I kept my costs down because, I didn't order a lot of drinks, or I didn't get the most expensive ones. And sometimes I would just order Gatorade or water because I knew I'm going to be going to different bars, trying to get a feel as to what's going on. So I didn't want to get drunk or drink too much or however. So one particular night, I was with a friend of mine. Now, the night I was out with a friend of mine, we went to the bar Avalon. Avalon is right there on Walking Street, over near Lucifer, okay? Me and him go in, and we did get to order a drink, but we noticed the vibe in the air. So my friend said, man, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. So we get up, we walk out. He knew the security at the door, and he told the security, said, man, we're not going to stay here. These girls are just one Koreans. Because what I'm trying to explain is they ignore you if you're not Korean. So what's the point in going there? This is why I say, Angela's today is not what it used to be. Back in the early years, 03, 04, when I was going, I'm going to tell you, I had a blast. If I could make a movie off my memories, it would be insane. The girls were fun. They was looking for boyfriends, husbands, not just want to take your money and run away. They wanted you to have a good time, okay? They wanted you to have a good time. The moment you walk in the door, they would like scream welcome or something to this effect to welcome you in. And once you're there drinking, they all want to come party with you. And the downside of that, you get tired of buying, or you get tired of them asking you to buy all the lady drinks. But at the same time, you're having a blast. Now, if I fast forward up to now, they don't care who you are, what you are about. It's basically, give me your money and get away. So the difference is, the days of yesteryear, they were looking for a boyfriend's husband to establish some security. Today, it's like, I don't care. I just want money. They don't care if you have a good time at the bar. They don't care anything about your presence. And I know from being in customer service for as long as I have, your customers are what make your business. Without customers, you have no business. You just have a building with some inventory. Customers come to your place, they buy your goods and services, and that makes your business. Okay? And this is what they're not doing. They're not making sure that their patrons are comfortable, happy, having a good time. It's all about just giving your money, and I don't care how you feel or what you want. Yes, it's a bar, but it's still service industry. And when you're in the service industry, you service your customers. That's what it's about. It's about the experience. People pay a certain price for a hotel room, not because of the room, it's because of the experience. You can go to one hotel and may get it for $30. You may be willing to pay $300 for another hotel. Why? It's for the experience. So you're willing to pay more because you're going to get a better experience. And this is what they're missing in the bar industry. They're not taking care of their customers. And a lot of people are seeing this. One, they're seeing that the bars are catering to Koreans. Two, they're seeing that once they walk in the door, if you're not Korean, you're being ignored. Now, I have many stories like this with several bars, okay? There's another bar, I think it's called Stars, which is right next to Q Bar, okay? I go in there and I'm sitting there and I'm watching. No one said a word. I think I'm gonna say about 3 minutes. The waitress came over to ask if I wanted a drink. So she came over. So I'm sitting there, girls are going on and off stage. Nothing. Most of my time was sitting there talking to the mama son. That's it. You will be ignored. So if you want to spend your money in a place where you're going to be ignored, have at it. Like I say, if you just want to see it, fine, but don't expect too much. There was another bar, Insomnia. I went to Insomnia. Same thing. Crystal Palace. Same thing. What's the other bar? Carousel. Carousel, little bit better, but they were still kind of standoffish, okay? There was a couple of girls in there that didn't go for the whole Korean thing, but for the most part, they pretty much ignored you. They just stand there on stage. So let's see. Try to think, is there anyone else? There's quite a few I went to, but the overall experience was just like I had explained to you, okay? You basically get ignored unless you are Korean. Now, with that in mind, I stopped by Dollhouse, and I'm sitting there, I'm having a drink, and the mama son comes over, and she's like, well, why don't you pick a girl? I said, well, these girls only like Korean. She's like, oh, no, these girls are not that way. And then I start pointing out to her what I'm seeing. If you are non-Korean, no girl is talking with you. The Korean guys had the girls. That's where the girls were looking. That's where they were facing. That's who they were approaching, the Korean guys. So me and the mama son had a nice conversation. She goes on to explain that yes, she understands that the Koreans have ruined Angeles. She says that they've raised the prices too high. She says that they got it where now the girls are wanting to go with only Koreans. But on the flip side of that, she did point out that the girls are now starting to complain about the Koreans because of how they treat them. Supposedly, in her opinion, the Koreans are mistreating the girls. So now the girls are starting to complain about that. So at the same time, with what they're doing there, they have basically ruined the entire place. Because see, they don't have places like Angeles in Korea. It's a whole different ball game. In Korea, you just pay to sit there and talk. Okay? You just paying for her attention to talk. So the mama son did agree that how the Koreans have ruined Angeles. And she's pointing out how she really didn't care for what they're doing because now there's no customers. In addition to that, I just recently found out that one of my favorite spots, which is Envy, is now closed. shut down, no longer in business. Now, what they're going to do with it, I don't know, but it's gone. Okay? So for all of you who like Envy, it is no longer there. It is closed. Guys, I tell you, the place has totally changed. I really don't feel it's worth even thinking to go to anymore. The streets were bare. You may have had, out of all the bars I went to, I would say maybe 2 had a nice crowd. But once again, look at who they're wanting. They're wanting the Koreans. Everyone else is just there for decorations. Okay, so just a little something to kind of give you an update on what's going on. I think some of you may already know that Margarita closed a long time ago. The Koreans bought that. So Margarita has moved further down the street, and the Margarita that was up near JJ's, the Koreans are going to do something else with that. Phillies is still there. A few of the bars have changed their names. But basically, the place is almost a ghost town. Because back in the day, I remember the streets were crowded. I mean, like crowded, like bumping to each other. Lots of people. Now, you can stand there and you may see 2 people come by, 5 come by, 1 come by, you know. It's not a big show like it used to be. Because there was a time I would just walk down the street because all the crowd was outside. But there's no crowd even outside anymore. There was a time you could walk down the street and the girls are pretty much trying to pull you inside the bar. They don't even do that anymore. You can walk up and down the street. They don't try to ask you to come in, tell you to come in, pull you in. They don't do any of that. They just stand there. I've never seen door girls that stand there or sit on the stool and do nothing. Most of them are trying to get the customers. They're not even doing it anymore. Because why? They are catering to the Koreans. They're not going to ask you to come in if you're not Korean. They're not going to suggest for you to come in if you're not Korean. That's the way it is, guys. So just a little short one here. Let you know what's going on there. Things are really going down. Sorry, but we're going to have to find other places to go because this is not the one. All right? Please like, subscribe, and share. I hope this gives you a little food for thought. Like I say, my videos are just to put something on your mind and to help you think. Take care. See you in the next video.